Today is the day to create new habits in our lives. I'm Nicole Marble and I've selected some of my favorite videos to create the 7-day challenge. Each day targets a different muscle group and each day has a different energy level. So go ahead, create your schedule for the next 7 days and let's get started. Remember to like the videos and to subscribe to my Having a good posture is more important than what you may imagine. Not only does it help reduce any neck, upper back, low back pain, but it also improves your mood and makes you feel more confident. By the end of this video, you're gonna walk taller, happier, and with more confidence. I'm Nicole Marble. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe by clicking the bottom right corner of the screen. Let's get started. Let's start in a comfortable seated position. And look who's coming, Ginger. With the palms of our hands on our thighs, and let's start by closing our eyes. And without changing anything, just notice the alignment of your spine. Notice if you may be rounding your shoulders, lifting your chin up, releasing your stomach. So let's see if we can lengthen the spine, really feeling the tailbone reaching down towards the earth and the top of your skull reaching up towards the sky. Let's try to increase the space between each vertebrae, pressing the shoulders down, lengthening the neck. Slowly blinking the eyes open. Take 3 deep slow breaths together and breathing in through the nose and out. And again breathing in and out. Last one, breathing in and breathing out. I'm starting with my left leg forward. Doesn't matter which leg you have front, just remember which one. Might be easier to start with the same one. And here just making small circles around the hips, loosening up the low back. Reverse. And center. Placing the right hand down, left hand on the thigh. Really pressing the thigh down. Avoid having your hand on your knee. We never want to put pressure on the knee, but on the thigh. We're going to start with some, we're going to actually do a lot of hip openers because we tend to hold our stress in our hips and our hips gets really tight. So when your hips are tight, chances are you have a poor posture. Other side. So pressing the thigh down and leaning back. And center, reaching the right arm up, inhaling. Keeping this arm connected towards the ear as we lean sideways. Again, creating space between the vertebrae. And rolling forward. Big breath in and out. So notice where you feel the stretch. If you feel some tightness in your low back, this may also affect your posture. So typically low back, hips, hamstring, if they are tight, definitely your posture will be affected. Don't you agree, Ginger? Rolling up. Switching leg. And again, circles around the hips. We're loosening up the lower vertebrae. And center, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, lengthening. bit longer, going a little bit deeper with this length, creating even more length, avoiding lifting the hip off the floor. I'd rather have you up here at the hip down than all the way here with your hip up. And releasing, rolling forward again. Oops, sorry. Big breath in and out. Big breath in and out. One more. Rolling up. So from here, right leg back. And if you notice your right knee is pointing straight front, see if you can open it up with your foot pointing back. And you probably notice you're gonna lean to the left side, lifting your hip. So what we want to do is press this hip down. If it's bothering your knee, elevate your hips. You can sit on a pillow so that you have more distance between your hip and your knee. So we tend to be really, really stiff here. So what we're gonna do here, inhaling, we lift this hip, exhaling, we press down. Keeping the spine lifted and tall. And inhaling, lift, exhaling down. Lift, inhale, exhale down. One more. And hold it down. And turning to our right. Option to hold it here or to reach down. Keep lengthening the spine. Back to center, legs in butterfly, sole of the feet together, and option to hold on to your ankles or to interlace your fingers, wrapping your toes, and inhaling, lengthening the spine, exhaling, reaching forward. So if you feel stuck here, it has to do with the opening in your hips and in your low back. So it definitely affects your posture and your mood. The way you carry yourself sends signals to your brain to let you know what your mood is. So there's basically, it goes two ways. So your mood can affect your body, and your body posture can affect your mood. I like to grab my ankles and use my arms to press on the thighs. And from here, extending the right leg out, forehead to knee. So working on the hamstring, because tight hamstring is going to affect the position of your hips and your posture. Make sure your foot is not underneath your thigh, just next to your thigh. And shoulders facing your foot. You want to avoid leaning sideways. So belly button aligned with your big toe. Inhaling, exhaling, walking the feet. Keep lengthening the spine. Sorry, I know. Big breath in and out. Big breath in and out. As you slow down your breath, you also promotes relaxation. When you are relaxed, your body feels safe to just let go of the resistance you may feel in your muscles. So deep, slow breath. Slowly rolling up. Curling the right leg and bending the left foot back. Again, if your left knee is pointing front, bring it to the side as much as possible. Your hip is lifting up, that's okay. See if you can bring it down, elevate your hips. You'll see that it's much easier. And definitely, if you notice, if you experience any discomfort in your knee, elevate your hips. If it's still uncomfortable, just keep your legs in butterfly. And inhaling, lifting the hip. Exhaling down. Inhaling, lift, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, pressing down. And again, lift, pushing off the floor, and then pressing down. Let's do one more. And pressing down. Keeping the spine tall. Twisting towards your left leg. Option to hold it here or to reach slightly forward. Slowly rolling up. Preparing forehead to knee. This time the left leg is out. Right knee bent. Aligning belly button with the big toe. Inhaling. Exhaling, walking the hands forward. Pushing the chest forward. So it's about creating length in the spine. Doesn't matter how low you go. You might be right here. You may feel the tightness right here in your low back, in your hamstring. Just hold it here. Or you may be rounding your back here. So in this case, place your hands on your mat and lift. And hold it right here. And eventually you'll be able to walk your hands further forward. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, relaxing into the position. A few more deep, slow breaths. Slowly releasing. Legs in butterfly one more time. Grabbing your ankles or your toes. Lengthening the spine before we reach forward. And coming up. Meeting on all fours. Let's place the right foot between the hands. Making sure that the right heel is on the mat, right knee over the ankle, and placing the left knee as far back as possible. Inhaling, exhaling, pressing the tailbone forward. Inhaling, center. Exhaling forward. So you may feel the stretch right here, that's a hip opener, or deep inside your hip. Inhaling, center. Exhaling forward. When you're in your forward position, your front knee should still fall over your ankle. If your foot is too far back, make sure you slide it forward. Inhaling, exhaling forward. Both hands inside. Option to hold it here or to go deeper by placing your elbows onto the mat. Excuse me. 3 breaths. One more. And back to center. Stack the back toes under. Hands on your front thigh, coming up. Placing your back foot flat, both feet are flat. Both knees are straight. We're going to keep the knees straight. And hands on the hips. Pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. And here, closing your eyes and feeling tall and lifted in your spine. Really lengthening the neck. Imagine a string pulling you up through the skull. Open the eyes. Now notice when you're happy, you're excited, you don't walk like this. Okay, you feel tall, you walk tall. So when you walk tall, it helps you feel strong, confident, happy. Let's go into our pyramid, again working on the hamstrings. Pushing the tailbone back, chest forward, leaning forward. If you need to bend your front knee slightly, that's fine. If you need to hold on to a piece of furniture, that's fine too. Avoid leaning sideways. So bring your left hip forward. Hold it there. Deepening your breath. Bending the front knee, hands inside. Let's get into a standing straddle. Feet flat. Just hanging there. We already feel a difference between your right and left hamstring. And let's bend the knees, opening the toes out, elbows on the thighs. Dropping your hips if you can. Lengthening your chest. Again, we don't want to slouch. We want to feel tall and lifted and proud. And inhaling, exhaling down. Hold it here. Swinging side to side. Dropping the hips, elbows on the thighs. And inhaling. Exhaling, hands to heart. Again here, feeling the shoulders pressing down, lengthening the spine, belly sucked in. Really feel grounded with your feet. And again, this image of the string pulling you up, feeling tall. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling, elbows to thighs. Extending the knees, walking the hands to the left foot. Working on the other side, so your left foot should be front. Place between your hands, so if you kind of stuck here, use one hand to place this foot forward. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to move it even further forward, because when I press my tailbone down, my front knee moves forward. Sorry. Hey. I need the space. Yes. Inhaling center. Exhaling down. Inhaling center. Exhaling down. Let's do one more. Hold it down. Both hands inside. Again, here you have the option to hold it here. I know it can be very uncomfortable if you're not used to work on your hips. So it's normal to feel the stretch right here or in the hip, right in the middle of your left hip. Option to go a bit deeper. And coming back up, preparing for a runner's lunge, tucking the right toes under. Coming up very slowly so we don't get dizzy, hands on the front thigh. Preparing for a pyramid, both feet flat. Hands on the hip, pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. And again, feeling tall here, lengthening the space, increasing the space between your hip and your ribs. Because when we slouch, we let go. And this comes out. So what we want to do is lengthen here, growing right here, pulling, sucking the belly in, pressing the shoulders down, lengthening the spine. Inhaling, exhaling, pushing the chest forward until you feel the discomfort in your hamstring. One more breath. Nice. Both hands inside. And let's get into our standing straddle again. And walking the hands back to the left foot, bending the right knee. We're gonna get into our pigeon. So if you're ready for your pigeon, you're comfortable with it, just get in there and wait for us. Otherwise, different options. So I'll show you the modification. In case your pigeon bothers your knee, get into your figure four. So figure four, knees are bent. We cross the left leg over left. And here we push the chest forward. So you can always get into your pigeon. You can always get into your figure four, sorry, or into your pigeon, placing the left foot behind the right wrist, the left knee behind the left wrist. So the idea is to have this part of the leg as parallel to the small end of your mat as possible. So you want to avoid being here with your toes pointing back. It's not wrong, but you're not getting the same stretch in your hips. And feeling tall, lifted, pressing the tailbone down. Opening the heart. And see if you're leaning. Sometimes I see this. We lean all the way to the side and we're like, oh, that's good, it's easy. Okay, press this hip towards the mat. So right hip pressing down so that you get the full benefit of the pose. And option to get with your chest down. So what I like to do is really hold on to my foot because sometimes my foot tries to slide back. So I keep it up. And rolling up. Legs in butterfly again. Lengthening your spine, just shaking those legs. Loosening up the hips again. And preparing for pigeon on the other side. So if you're going into your figure four, what you're gonna do is place the right foot this time on your left thigh. Bring this left foot as close as possible. You can even scoop your hips forward and push your chest forward. Otherwise, we're going to our pigeon. So we're going to bring the right ankle behind the left wrist and the right knee behind the right wrist. This part of the leg is parallel to your mat as possible. Alright, right here, pressing this left hip down. And opening the heart. Creating length in your lower back, pressing the shoulders down. Pressing your left hip down. Option to go a bit lower. Couple more breaths. And the longer you stay in those poses, the deeper, the more your body relaxes and the deeper you go. And walking out, shaking your legs, inhaling, opening our heart, lengthening the neck. And center. Let's meet in a cross-legged position. Hands to heart center. Keep working on your posture, and until next Saturday, please subscribe to my free Facebook group. It's really for people who are interested in living a holistic lifestyle, improving their wellness, and building happiness from the inside out. Namaste.